happening, everybody? It is February 13th, 2025, and hey, look, we're all still alive. This is episode 254. I am a little cold right now, and so that's why I look like this. That's why I got my hoodie on with my headphones over it, and I'm just trying to get through the day, get through the week. It is Sunday morning here for me, and but before I get into anything else today, let me start off by saying thank you. Thank you to all of my subscribers out there. You're the reason I keep coming back week after week. If you're new, remember to subscribe. And of course, if you want to tell your story or be a guest on this podcast, which is extremely difficult for me to schedule right now, but give it a shot. Send an email, talkinwithtopher@gmail.com, and you can send an audio, video, or type it out. And don't forget about that link tree. Link in the description below the video. It's how you find everything TwT, and that's how you share the podcast. Super easy. Go ahead and copy and share that and spread this thing around. I greatly appreciate it. And now with all that out of the way, let's get into today's podcast. What's happening, everybody? It is a wild time to be alive. I think this is where I'm at with this. Does every generation, every human on this planet find a spot in time and they're just like, this is the craziest time to be alive? It must be happening for hundreds of years, right? Because every advancement that we makes it a crazy time to be alive. But we've had so many advancements over the years. We are the youngest country, but we've had so many advancements. And today is a crazy time to be alive. I mean, besides having technological advances, our quantum computing, and these AI humanoids with telepathic, like, things that you can put in your brain, and now you can make possibly body parts move, besides the fact that, there is somebody that had one of these implants from Tesla. I can't remember the name of the implant, but for him to be able to move a mouse on a keyboard or use his phone on a computer, it's just crazy advancements today. And soon that person will either be able to kind of telepathically, in a sense, right? Even though it's through a component built into the brain that shoots off a signal, you're still using your brain to transmit commands to either body parts or a robot, a humanoid. So, I mean, isn't that wild to witness today? Now, I know a lot of people are upset with the border and the walls and the immigration and all of these things going on, and I don't understand a lick of it. Let me be very upfront with you right now. But at the end of the day, people, we don't look. If I'm a felon, I can't have guns. I can't even travel to Canada with a DUI. Like, other countries keep criminals out. Why is it wrong for us to keep criminals out? Why is it wrong for us to look into these people that are trying to come into our country and be like, whoa, buddy, you are a murderer, or you are a drunk who can't drive? I don't know. That's what Canada does. Anybody who has a DUI cannot get into Canada. So why is it wrong for us? But if you are a criminal, a rapist, a murderer, a felon, a dangerous person, why is it so wrong to look into their background to see if they could even be a citizen of this country? I think that's where the problem lies. We can't just let everybody in. I don't think we need to keep everybody out. But I do want to give opportunity to the people that deserve it. And I'm hoping that that is what's happening right now. We're pumping the brakes. We're putting a stop to this flood of people coming in without any checks or balances. And if we do the checks and balances, then the people that don't deserve to be here won't be here. And I think that is fair. Now, like I said, I don't know anything about what's going on. If we're just grabbing a whole bunch of people and putting them on a ship or whatever we're doing and pushing them back to their country, and let's just say they were in the middle of the process, they're doing a good job, they're proving their work, they're doing these things, and those are the people that are getting included into this mess, that is wrong. I disagree with that. So even though this is a very complicated subject, like so many others that we have in this country, we can't make a decision. We allow things go state to state. We have things that only the federal government regulates and every state has to follow. Everything that we do here is super messy, but we do it the way that we do it because we hated the way England was doing it. But yet, people still love the Queen and King and all of those monarchs. Are those monarchs? I think so. Anyways, but I don't understand that. We broke free from them. Why do you like them so much? I don't like anything about them. I don't know. It doesn't excite me, or I don't care what happens to the Queen or the King or the princes or any of it. It doesn't matter to me. We broke free from them. We built our own thing. And yet people are still fantasizing about the thing that we broke free from because, I am excited for the future of America. I'm excited about XRP. I'm excited about a lot of things. But the way things were going, I think we're in a very, very bad direction. And I've talked mental illness and poor eating habits and poor nutrients and just poisoning your body all the time with the crap that's shouldn't be allowed to be sold in America. These healthy snacks and drinks are all falsifying their ingredients, or they're telling you that it's good for you, but they're hiding the fact that there's like aspartame or this or that and another thing. Like, what was it? My wife brought home some I think it's called Clearwater or something. It's like Walmart brand sparkling water. And that stuff, I was like, oh, well, let me read the ingredients on this. And, when I'm reading that there's added sugars and aspartames and flavorings and all these things that are not supposed to be in the water. Like, if you're drinking water, it should just be some flavoring and some water. There should only be 2 ingredients. There should not be a list of ingredients in your water. So if you're drinking this stuff and you're like, yeah, I'm drinking water, you are drinking a ton of aspartame. And aspartame is bad for you. And you gotta read your labels, everybody. You have to. I'm so tired of all these healthy foods coming out, and then you just read the microscopic ingredients that they have put into these healthy foods, into their packaging. It's just garbage. It's just a gimmick. So I understand that I am also making sacrifices, but the difference is that I understand it. I look into it. I'm understanding the meat that I'm putting into my system. It's still a lot better than those packaged foods that are healthy foods. You know what I mean? So we all have to make sacrifices. We're all slowly being poisoned by every angle. It doesn't matter how healthy you're trying to be or how unhealthy you actually are. At the end of the day, everything is in plastic. Plastic is poisoning us. The way they do things is poisoning us. The ingredients that they put in the foods is poisoning us. And the way that they feed the animals and then feed that to us is also poisoning us. So we are being poisoned all over the place. And I don't know how to combat that without somehow getting a farm, right? Which you can't do because, you know, the elites have owned most of it, right? They've bought it up. They've taken it all. And you can't just go out and buy some cows and raise them and slaughter them and do this and do that and grow your gardens. And I mean, our weather is so screwed up. Like, I can't even have a garden, like, with my dogs. I have no space for it. I have no time for it, period. So I have to buy everything from the grocery store. So, I mean, I was talking to Tyler last night. If everything was to go kaput, I have a feeling me and my wife would be eating dog food before we got to leave the house. You know what I mean? I was coming up with strategies to avoid, you have to, it's going to be a different world if something really does pop off. But we're going to get into some Topher's topics right now, because I got some stuff I want to talk about real quick, and we're just going to get right into the fun things of everything. I think we're going to just have some fun today. It has been a crazy week. I have been, well, I'll have to say that my sales have not been so hot. You know, it has been a slow week. But I have been sent a lot of stuff that is pretty interesting. And one of the things is that I love all this stuff popping up about the moon landing and us doing stuff in space. And somehow, I don't even know how this is possible. But watch this. This is crazy, everybody. All of this while in the vacuum of so-called space and traveling at 1,700 miles per hour. Look at this.
Uh-oh.
So he's trying to, this is a guy in space, I guess, in the space station or something, traveling. He is now trying to put the lid over his head. It's flimsy as hell.
They're having problems.
What is happening right now? Supposedly they're traveling at 17,000 miles an hour. Look at the cover.
They're flying, so
how?
I can get the door right.
I mean, what is he doing? I'm going to stop this guy from talking. He's just kind of commenting on closing the door, but it's flimsy. It's just flopping there. Wouldn't 17,000 miles an hour? Wouldn't that thing be like blowing over or blowing back? You know, I mean, if they're going this way, it would smack them. It should be heavy as hell. That is supposed to be an airtight seal. That is not an airtight seal. That thing is just flopping all over the place, and it makes me wonder what is actually happening. What is actually happening? Because this is what gets me going, you know? I can't make heads or tails of this. I can't understand what is real and what's not about space anymore. You keep telling me that the satellites are there, they're doing their thing, and now all of a sudden, Elon's Tesla that he sent out into space was recently seen as an asteroid. What are you talking about? And if that car is still up there, which I don't think it ever went up there because, hey, it looks so fake, it has to be real, right? This type of stuff, and the moon landing, and the bouncing, and the moving of the flag, and the camera shots, and this and that, and the shadows, and look, everybody, it may be real, it may not be real, but I'm telling you right now, we have manipulated the truth. So if it is real, there's enough evidence that you falsified that makes it seem unreal. That's not my fault. I didn't do that, but it brings me to my next one, which is right here. So,
Leviathan is a primeval sea serpent that encircles the earth with its body, which is a belief held by some of the Israelites' neighbors.
And it looks like you can see it from Google Earth. So they're following the ocean, and then right there is the serpent's head. And then you can see that it's eating its tail, right? But, I mean, it's said that it's circling the earth, right? The flat earth, but it's only circling Antarctica. But supposedly, this serpent that you can see from Google Earth is surrounding all of us, and it's what's keeping us in place. So, is it an ice wall? Are we up on a tree? Are we in space? Do we have a serpent wrapped around us? Or is there a giant ice wall we can't get through? There's too many different things here, everybody. Too many. There's too many. I like the simplistic one. We're a ball in the middle of space surrounded by other balls in the middle of space. That's so much more simplistic. And there's endless space. But for the earth to be flat, to be sitting on top of a tree, to have a dome over it that's 60,000 miles high, and then now you're going to tell me a serpent is surrounding it? I just, guys, girls, everybody, it's too much. It's just too much. It's too much. I don't know what to believe. I really, really need to have this debate because I can't even fathom this. What is that serpent doing? It's not a serpent. That's a mountain. It's the bottom of the ocean making it look like the head of a serpent. It's not a serpent surrounding Antarctica or whatever that area was. It's just not. Is it going to poke its head out? You know what I mean? Like, did someone design this serpent? You know, is it a rock wall? It just looks like the bottom of the ocean, and the shadows that you're seeing and the outlines that you're seeing for the eyes and the nose and everything else is just, like mountains under the ocean that are poking up above the water. So, I mean, it just sounds fake. You know what I mean? It just sounds fake at this point. I don't know exactly what to make of all of this. You had me for a little bit until you put flat earth on top of a tree, and now you're telling me that a serpent is enclosing it. You're losing me here. You're absolutely losing me here. There's just you can't keep going so far off the path here. I mean, it's just insane to me that anybody would actually think that this could be a thing, right? If you give me a spot that's more realistic and more understanding of where flat earth could actually be sitting and what we could actually be doing, and it seemed more real, right? Because I guess over the course of, 100 years maybe, space seems very real, right? Is it possible that we have a lot of stuff going on under our ocean floors, under our ocean, where aliens could be, hiding? It could be true. I don't know. I really don't. But I'm having a hard time with some serpent BS, I'm going to call it. Now, this one here is very interesting because Elon, has been actually this one here in Germany is wild. So I guess Elon, I don't know, man. I would look. There's hello. There's goodbye. There's all kinds of things, but we don't put our arm out straight. We do not put our arm out straight, right? So I will not defend Elon. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what his intentions were, but he said he was waving. It was not a Heil, it was not Heil. It was hello or waving or saying hi, but the image that was captured was, one of him Heiling Tesla. So now we're seeing this stuff show up, and supposedly Elon is now the devil, and he is going to be the end of us all. And this is what Germany had to say about it. So check this out. This is, look at.
For making it happen. Thank you.
Oh, okay, everybody. I did not see that originally. He didn't hold it up there for a long period of time, and that seemed more like a yeah, and not because he should have held it there if it was a Heil. If it was a Heil, you hold it there. That wasn't really a Heil, but it still was kind of a Heil, right? Ugh. All right. But this is in Germany that they are playing this. Oh, he did it again.
The Tesla Gigafactory in Berlin,
Oh.
where Elon Musk builds Tesla cars for the European market. It's
Ooh.
factories like this that have made him the world's richest person. But now he's using that wealth, billions of dollars amassed by selling Teslas, to promote European far-right parties. He's vocally supporting the far-right AfD in the upcoming German election, claiming only the AfD can save Germany. The AfD is so far to the right that France's national rally leader, Marine Le Pen, will not work with the party. Members of the AfD use Nazi slogans, constantly spread disinformation, and trivialize the Holocaust. In a conversation on Twitter, Musk and Alice Weidel, the leader of the AfD, both spread misinformation and falsified history. Musk claimed that Weidel is the most popular candidate for German Chancellor, when in reality polls put her fifth. Musk also claimed the AfD is the most popular party in Germany. A complete lie. Weidel declared to Musk that Hitler was not right-wing or a conservative, but was a communist, a claim to which Musk said, very much so, and yeah. In reality, the Nazis were an extreme right-wing, racist and anti-Semitic party that murdered 6 million European Jews. Musk
Yes, this is all very true. This goes on for another 4 minutes, everybody. So I'm gonna cut that one short. But that does bring me to my next one, which is right here. So if I come back on my screen, they are showing everybody who has done this. So you can see right. Oh man, it's so fast. It's so fast. You can see in the first picture, it's the upside down stars over Musk's face, SpaceX, Model X, letter from numerology. The letter X is numerical equivalent of the number 6, X, Twitter, X, Model X, SpaceX, 666. So we are saying that Elon, his son's name is, I don't even know how to pronounce that. But that number is X equals 6, A equals 1, E equals 5, X equals 6, 1 equals 9. So if your X equals 6, 5 plus 1 is 6. It's just 666. So they are definitely saying that Elon is the demon and Trump is the puppet. So it looks like Elon is Revelation 13:18, number of the beast, person of in control, and it is 666. So look, everybody, I don't think Elon is the devil, and I just don't know if this is true. I really want to keep the faith that these people are going to be the ones to turn this boat around and get it back on track to where we used to be. You know, people have a little bit of chatter about Trump possibly trying to write something in the law to be a president for a third term. Look, I don't think that could ever happen, but I don't believe that Elon is the devil either. But a lot of people do. A lot of people are thinking this way. And I don't know what could be right or wrong, false or true, because everything that I look into has enough evidence to prove one side, and then it has enough evidence to prove the opposite side. So at the end of the day, what side's right? What facts are right? You know, what's going to fit their narrative and their thoughts and ideas to, I guess, control everybody and everything. What's going to work best? I think they're Americans and they're going to do what's right for America. And I can't wait until they actually release all the documentations on JFK and everybody else so that we can actually see what happened. And we already know or have an idea of what happened. And if it brings down the CIA and all these federal entities within the federal government, then I am excited for that, because we do not want the federal government more involved than it should be. It should not have the power that it holds. And the things that I've been seeing at the World, the World Federation, the elites, the higher ups had a meeting recently. This is 18 minutes long, but this is what's happening, everybody. This, I believe, to be true. And these people do not want Trump or Elon. They want Trump and Elon to follow what they want. These people want to control the world, and this is a small glimpse into, I guess, the meeting that they had, but this is insane. This Klaus Schwab guy, oh my God, like crazy, everybody.
The World Economic Forum has officially kicked off in Davos, and the global elite, led by Klaus Schwab, are wasting no time making their agenda crystal clear. According to Schwab, the recent US election results are proof that America can no longer govern itself. His solution? Force the United States to bow to the authority of the globalist agenda through a series of covert and calculated attacks set to unfold in the coming year. In his deranged and chilling plenary speech, Schwab didn't mince his words. The World Economic Forum rules the world, and now it's time to bring the American people into compliance. America has been celebrating the end of the disastrous Biden regime. We've kept our eyes locked on the globalists, watching their every move like a hawk. Insiders at the forum report that Klaus Schwab's behavior has taken a disturbing turn. Described as increasingly erratic, he is said to resemble a paranoid and delusional figure, much like Adolf Hitler at the...
So now they're calling Klaus Schwab Hitler. So is everybody a Nazi? Hold on a second. Let me cut back. Is everybody a Nazi? Is everybody an extremist? Because you're saying that Elon is. You're saying that Trump is. And now you're saying that Klaus Schwab is. But Klaus Schwab says that America is not following the rules, and he needs them to fall in line. But that means Trump and Elon need to follow in line. So why are we comparing everything to these Nazis and Hitler? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me, right? I kind of get frustrated because you're just calling everybody a Nazi now. But I don't see anybody killing the amount of people that the Nazis did. I don't see it happening. But check this out a little bit further.
Munich Olympics. Constantly fidgeting, sweating, and looking over his shoulder, Schwab appears to be unraveling under the pressure, as the cracks in the globalist agenda become impossible to ignore. The elites may be reeling from the rise of the Trump administration, but make no mistake, they are far from retreating. In fact, they're doubling down on their efforts to regain control, and the World Economic Forum in Davos is their war room. Schwab openly declares that the World Economic Forum controls the world, and he was clear, the US Constitution must be discarded, with America reduced to a vassal state under the globalist New World Order.
The future does not just unfold. The future is shaped by us, and particularly shaped by us here in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's it. That's where I'm going to stop right there. That's what I wanted to hear. It's shaped by them. They want the world to be one way, one world order. And they're saying that America is not getting in line. Good. I'm glad we're not getting in line. So if we're not getting in line, then Trump and Elon can't be the devil or Nazis or anything else that you keep calling them. As far as I'm concerned, you're pointing the finger in the wrong direction. And if anything, what's happening here in America is separating us from this BS. because that's what this is. This is what I've been harping about for months, if not, I think a couple years now. This one world order, this you will be happy, you will have nothing. And I wish my skin wasn't itchy. So dry skin sucks. But at the end of the day, right? So stop with this BS of calling everybody a Nazi, and let's point the finger at the people who actually want to control the entire world and say that America is not falling in line. So this one here is another understanding of our evolution of these radio waves, towers, and all this stuff that's been showing up over the years and how it correlates with viruses, technically. So check this out. It has a lot of music, so I'm going to have to kind of read through it with you. But I found this to be very interesting. So understanding of radio waves, 1890. So as you play this, the Eiffel Tower opens in 1889. First radio program broadcasted in 1920. The first long-distance transmission was in 1906. In 1918 to 1920, Spanish flu and H1N1 influenza show up. Okay? Now, I don't know this to be fact, but it is an interesting correlation, and I don't believe in coincidences. I just don't. I mean, what do you want? What? I don't believe in them. There's no such thing. 1979, 1G launched in Japan. Voice call is still analog. 1980, influenza, a H1N1 subtype. Isn't this crazy? So 1991, 2G was launched in Finland. Digital encrypted calls, wider radio frequency band, and SMS texting. So in 1991 to 94, you have a cholera outbreak, O1 Tor mutated strain. I mean, come on. It is interesting. I'm not saying this is fact, everybody. 1998, 3G launched in Japan. Internet on phone, photo, camera. Then, 1998, bird flu influenza A shows up. I'm not saying it's true, everybody, but look at this. 2003, 3G upgrade. Upgrade in band frequency and launch of first commercial 3G network. 2002 to 2003, we get the SARS virus. 2003 to 2004, bird flu. Okay? I'm just saying. 4G launches in Sweden in 2009. HD TV, 3D TV, gaming services, and video conferences. I didn't even realize it was that early. 2009, swine flu, H1N1 influenza. You see how all these things kind of come together with these radio waves, these transmissions, these 3G, the 1G, 2G, 3G. Now you get 5G launches worldwide, 2019. Many cell towers, both antennas and smaller transmissions. Fascal recognition, smart home. I can't read the one that's hidden by that other thing, but that's okay. So this is 2019. We get 5G. What else happened in 2019? Oh, right. COVID-19. Huh. I mean, it was invented in a lab, don't get me wrong, but very interesting how it came about at the same time, if not right after the release of 5G. And I brought 5G up multiple times on this. I saw my phone was in 5G yesterday. I had no reception. There is a correlation between these towers, the telecommunications, the radio waves, the everything. Is it possible that the radio waves and the microwaves or whatever we're putting through the air is manipulating and changing these viruses and or causing them to mutate and or spread further than we've ever seen them spread before? You can't tell me that if you were to put a microwave on in your house and you sat right up to the glass, put your nose on that glass with the light on, you're not supposed to do that. Why? Because there's radio waves coming off of that microwave that could go into your brain and hurt you, right? You're not supposed to stare into a microwave. You're not supposed to do that. Why? Because of the microwaves, right? Because of what it's doing to the food inside of there, and you don't want your body in that. So all these towers sending these signals, you don't think it has something to do with messing with our bodies, messing with viruses, messing with birds, messing with wildlife? I believe all of these things have manipulated and or changed things around us. It's just how it has to be how it works. You can't just throw something out into the air and expect it not to bother whatever it hits. This stuff, it does not come without consequences. And I don't believe anybody actually understood the consequences of what they were doing. So even with advancements, we have major consequences, even though the major advancements get us to a place we've never been before. But if we keep advancing, are we changing everything that's happening to us? Are we, and all of this, the cause of the weather today? I do believe it's all linked together. I think all of these things are working together, and it is changing our earth. And if it ends up flipping everything, maybe that's why it's flipping, because maybe these radio waves are screwing up the magnetic field and causing it to turn. And all the things that we've ever done to manipulate weather and bring weather to areas that don't have it, and to do these certain things and put snow where we don't have snow, and just everything we've ever done. Every inch of manipulation to our planet, we have changed it. And not me and you, but our government and the scientists and all these people that have helped design these things to make certain things happen has changed our atmosphere. I really do think it all is combined, and it all has done some damage to our planet. And I do believe that's why we're seeing what we see today, because social media has made us all so sick and so dependent on it. And it's like crack cocaine. You can't get enough. You got the itch. You know, when am I going to get all my likes? You know, I need more subscribers. You know, I think I've given up on that. I just don't care anymore. I don't care if I get subscribers. I don't think I care if you like my content. I don't really care. You know, I don't really care anymore. I like being upfront and honest, and I like being able to express my opinion, because I feel like that's the one thing that we all have here in America is the freedom to express what we think, whether you like it or not. If you like it, great. If you don't, even better, because then that opens up debate, and everything should be debatable. And I think that's, a perfect way to bring this podcast to a close today, because we all need to look at reality for what it is, and we all need to snap back into it. Yeah, wild times, everybody. Like I said, at the end of the day, this is the way it is. It's a crazy time to be alive. And I know that I'm not the first generation to say that, and I won't be the last, because who knows what 10 years from now is going to bring. And that could be the craziest time of all of our lives, right? So there's always a crazy time to be alive. We just happen to be in it right now. And I really do appreciate and thank everybody out there for always watching and subscribing. If you're new to the podcast, remember to subscribe. And if you want to tell your story or come on the podcast and be a guest, send an email, audio, video, or type it out, TALKIN with Topher @gmail.com. And of course, don't forget about that Linktree link. It's in the description below the video. Go ahead and click it. It's the easiest way to find everything TWT. And I hope everybody out there enjoys their Thursday. I hope you have an amazing weekend. And as always, I will talk to you later.